from love. That's the only who wants to be a sourpuss and who wants to live like a sourpuss. Better yet, who wants to live with a sourpuss, right? And we are using these decks for today. We're using the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, and then we are using the Earth Warriors Oracle. I don't know, I just feel like right now for this reading, I don't know why, I just want to go a little bit mystical, okay? And then we're, of course, going to be using our angel deck. It's called the Angel Oracle deck. And I have my trusty little booklet for this one, just in case that I have to break it out, you know. But if I don't, I don't. I don't see, well, I never do, right? I don't see a reason to have to clarify. But if I do, I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with the tarot or whether I'm going to go into the cartomancy. I'm not sure. Let's see how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, let's use Lord Ganesha first. Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria Violet. This is Gypsy Roots Tarot and Travel. Thank you so much for joining me. To my subscribers, my viewers, so grateful. And to those that are new, I do curse, be forewarned. To those that do not like tarot, please do scroll away. God bless you. I can't tell the trolls to stay away because they really need God. They're just ugly. I mean, they call me all kinds of ugly things and come on here and say all kinds of ugly things that I'm sure they wouldn't tell their mother. Or maybe they would, because some of them act like they were born from jackals, you know. I don't even think a mother could love them the way that they talk to people online. For anybody else that happens to come out on the reading, you know, if you're here looking into a Libra, this channel does not ask you to go away, but also does ask you, however, to learn, to grow, to stretch, to become a different person with the information you find here, and not to use it for your advantage. Grow, because the Libra is not the only one and needs to grow on a daily basis, okay? Let's see what Ganesha wants. And as per usual, because the trolls come on and I try to ignore them, but they do get on my last nerve, I only say hello and I greet you in the beginning. So I'm greeting you again because I see 3 people on. Hi, and you are welcome. Please guard what you say, because yesterday 4 people in a row, they just wouldn't quit. So I just kept reporting them and blocking them and reporting them. So I do that. Be forewarned, I do throw you under the bus like you do to me. This is my channel. If you don't like what I'm doing, scroll away. Don't be here like a little piece of shit. Ganesha says that generosity is going to be shown to you. What are you expecting, Libra? Again, welcome in. What are you expecting to come to you, Libra? This is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So it may or may not resonate. But if it does, please hit the like button. Please consider subscribing. And please hit the notification bell so you know when I post next. Look at that. You see what he's giving his old friend? He's giving him some of his food, some of his treasure. Oh. So generosity will be shared with you in some way, shape, or form. Don't know what that is because everyone's living a different experience. You know, get in where you fit in. Reflection. What are you thinking about right now, my Libras? What is so important to you right now that you are in deep contemplation? What is it that you're thinking about? Where are your thoughts going? Where are your thoughts taking you? Wow. Wow. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, look at his crown chakra. We talked about that in depth yesterday, about both the Libra Collective as well as Crosswatcher, which we're not reading it on right this moment. But whatever it is that you got in your mind, first of all, look at the third eye, right? The little medallion is over the third eye. But look at the crown chakra as being illuminated. So something that you're deep in contemplation, reflection on, is very important to you at this time. They are asking you to clear your energy, whatever that means to you. Why do I say that? Well, Because some of you are pagan, like I am a Christian pagan. Some of you are Christian. Some of you are, thank you. Some of you are Hindu. Some of you are from other religions. So whatever the clearing of your energy means to you, okay? Do it. Some of you, if you are pagan, you may want to do a salt bath. You may want to do exactly what Lord Ganesha is doing, raising the vibrations with dance, energy, okay? Whatever it is that you do to clear energy for yourself. In the Latin community, we use eggs a lot to cleanse, okay? We do an egg cleansing, and we do a prayer, and then we dispose of the egg in the way that we see fit. Inner knowing. There's something you know you are on the right path, or there's something that you're wondering if you're doing the right thing, if you're going the right way. Look what they're telling you. You have an inner knowing. You already know the answer. Okay? So do not second guess yourself. You know the answer. The answer's already inside of you. Again, welcome to all. Splendor. Oh, for those who do not have a house, you will have a house, and the way you're going to decorate it is going to be very beautiful, very ornate. Look at that. And for those that do have a house, maybe you're thinking of redecorating. Maybe in the winter you're not going to do so much planting, but maybe next spring you're going to start thinking about what you want to plant. What do you want to have in your garden? Do you want to have plants that attract butterflies, insects that are, like butterflies, or like birds or hummingbirds? Look at that. See that? It's so beautiful. I love that. Look at that. I think that is, oh my God, Jamaica from the plant, right? Isn't that beautiful? I love his tusk. It's so beautiful. But something that you feel may be drab in your life, even the energy can be drab. Stop and think about it. If you don't do this, if you don't do this very often, if you don't clear your energy very often, your energy can be drab. Your energy can be down and can weigh you down and feel heavy, murky. You can even feel sick. Sometimes you feel like you have a physical illness, and as soon as you cleanse, you feel light again. So maybe you need to do that, okay? Cultivate. What are you cultivating? What do you want to cultivate? Friendships, relationships, right? Ties, connections. Look at that. Maybe you want to cultivate the self. Maybe you want to be more into the arts. Maybe you want to go to concerts. Maybe you want to go to the symphony. Maybe you want to watch a play. Maybe you play an instrument. Maybe you haven't done that in a while. Perhaps go and do that. There you go. Jesus gives you energy. There you go. Well, then pray to Jesus to cleanse your energy, okay? You do have the capacity to love, but I also feel with this card that you are also lovable. So also understand that just like we are capable of giving love, we also have the capacity to receive love. So make sure that you're also giving yourself the opportunity to receive love. Why do I say that? Because some of us are so busy nurturing others that we forget that we too deserve love, that we too need to accept and be able to be open enough to receive love. Embrace. Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug? I'm just saying, see how he's got his little friend there? Most of the time, Ganipati, he is riding on his little friend. It's his vehicle, his way of travel. Look at that. Look at that. We all need a hug. There's a study that was done eons ago on gorillas, okay? Because chimpanzees, apes are the closest relative, right, that we have in the gene pool. And it showed that when a baby gorilla, the mother was taken away from the baby gorilla, or the mother had died, I can't remember which, the baby died because it didn't have any touch. It didn't have any touch, and it's a scientific proof that we as humans, even babies, have died, human babies, for lack of a mother's touch. That's why I don't know if you, some of you may not be aware of this, but ICU units, the units where the mother maybe had a difficult birthing and the mother became sick, or the mother via the birth had complications, and maybe the mom isn't able to come and hug the baby. Maybe there's no dad even. So what happens is that they allow people, like let's say myself, I volunteer and I go to that unit, ICU, for infants, for children, right? And I will go and sit there and I will hold the baby, okay? Because it is shown scientifically that without human touch, the baby will die. So what I'm getting at is it doesn't matter if you're 6 or 96, we all need a hug once in a while. We all need a human touch. I'm in the medical field. I'm not disclosing much other than that. And our patients, even if it's just a pat on the shoulder or the squeeze of a hand when they're going through something hard, are able to allow you to do things like that for them. It's very important. So can you imagine in your private life? Of course you need someone that's willing, to give you that warmth and give you that human touch that we all need, okay? Priorities. Are we setting our priorities straight? What are our priorities? What is that matters most to you? Do you know? As a matter of fact, it's a good segue. I don't even need the paper. I've got it memorized by now. But let me tell you something. With this, it's a good segue. It's a good diving off point to another subject. Okay, priorities. Do you set your priorities? Your priorities are very important. So, okay, drying my clothes. Is it a priority? Perhaps. If I have nothing to wear for work tomorrow, maybe it is a priority. If I'm at home and I work at home, is it a priority? No, it's not. Maybe washing clothes isn't a priority if I am working remote. Groceries. Is going to the grocery store a priority right now? Maybe, maybe not. Why? Because I might have food that I can use in the kitchen, in the pantry, in the freezer, right? But let's take it further to deeper priorities. How about your health? Is that a priority? How about finishing a degree? Is that a priority? Have you put it off too long? How about, going to the dentist? How about getting that physical examination? How about you checking your eyes? How about your career change or your career start? How about fixing your car? Making goals in life, setting goals, setting your priorities, are extremely important, because some of us need that extra guidance or that extra structure. So for me, I've gone from taking all the self-help people into my mind and saying, okay, great, 3-month priority, 6-month priority, 1 year priority, and then 5-year plan. I don't even look at the 5-year plan right this moment. I look at that once a year or every 9 to 12 months, and then I adjust it as needed. But what I have found is setting weekly priorities is the way to go, especially for people, and this is not knocking anyone, but there are our friends, our family members, our loved ones out there that maybe have, a little bit of ADD or ADHD, or some features of our character that seem to have that, needing that extra structure. I know that when I was young, I needed that badly. But once I started making a weekly agenda for myself, that planner, and you can go as far as, where's my book? It's buried, because y'all know I have my decks on top of everything. But I have a weekly planner, which of course is a date calendar, a date book. And if I have to use that when it's vitally important, I set dates in there. But what I also do is, okay, what do I have to do for this week? Or from 1 week to 2 weeks from now? That is a priority. Why? Because if you have so many irons in the fire, you're liable to forget about setting priorities that are extremely important. And if you need that extra structure, then you need those cues. So I take one sheet and something that's around this size. It's much smaller than having a big journal, and I take one sheet and I just write in there everything I want to accomplish between 1 and 2 weeks, and that's how I set my priorities. So we have a lot going on here, a lot of good information that Ganesha is bringing to us. We'll take two more. Oh, I just say the chariot, and then I say that usually the little friend is his vehicle. Look at that. See that? So again, where are you going? Because remember, this is a chariot. This is a way of travel. Where are you going? Where are you going? So again, including those priorities, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? How are you going to get there? Right? That's the way to set your priorities. I'm going to say that again. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? And how are you going to get there? That is a priority. That is setting a priority, because if you don't write it down, and maybe you're not one of those that has a photographic memory where you can decompartmentalize within your brain, within your mental thoughts, exactly what you want to do, or how you're going to, where you want to go, where you want to be, where you're going to go, and how are you going to get there, then utilize a journal so you can have it in writing, and you can just open it up. And the other step I do is, as I'm accomplishing those things, I just put a check mark. You can put an X, whatever you want to do, an asterisk, a star, a pentacle, whatever you want to do to check it off, to tell yourself, I've accomplished that. And then I just scratch it off the list so that I know. For some of us, we get anxious when we have a lot of chores, responsibilities, agendas, priorities, responsibilities. So that I just go ahead and I scratch it out. That makes me feel so much better knowing I accomplished that, okay? Why do we need healing? Do we need healing? Have we been healing? Only you know where you fit on the healing department, right? Why do I say that? Because some of us don't know we need healing. We have no clue. Maybe we've been through really bad things. It's not only relationships that can put us into a certain, I guess you could say, mood, attitude, or depression, right? How about if we have a major illness that lasts for a long period, a year, 2 years, and we finally got help, we finally got the right treatment, and we finally start to feel better, then we've had the healing, right? If we've been through bad relationships or traumatic relationships, and we've never even thought about healing, because maybe we've never discussed it with anybody, and no one that maybe is a provider, your psychologist, psychiatrist, or an MD, or a nurse, nobody's ever told us, hey, you might want to think about going to a class or a group and talking things out so that you can purge whatever it is that you feel inside of you that, I don't want to use the word broken, that is off kilt and that needs to be adjusted again. Like when you go to the chiropractor, you're not broken. There's no broken bones. But once they start adjusting your spine again, you're back in alignment. So that's all it is, okay? So if you need healing, there's nothing wrong with reaching out to the right person to help you through that healing. And if you've already healed or began your healing journey, I applaud you, because, hey, the hardest part is stepping into the healing, saying, I am ready, because it's hard for us to even admit that there's anything that needs healing, right? Okay, let me do one last one, and then we're going into the next deck. Spiritual quest for those that have found the healing. It is now time, and Ganesha's been telling us, the angels have been telling us, even the next deck that we're going to use has told us, and the deck we used yesterday, which was Earth Goddess. I believe it's Earth Goddess Power. Something like that. The Goddess Power. Even that deck was telling us, you're going through a spiritual quest. It's time to go through that spiritual quest because there's a lot of purging, cleaning, cleansing, healing energy that needs to be occurring. And only then can you concentrate truly on all those things that you want out of life. Because when you have your mind, I call it scrambled, okay? It's going in 100 different directions. How can you concentrate that energy to what you want to accomplish? You just simply can't. It's impossible because your mind is not centered. It's not clear. There's no clarity within you, okay? So think things through, please, and thank you. Which one do I want to do next? Do I want to talk to the angels? You know what? Let's do the angels next, okay? Let's talk to the angels. Again, we're using the Angel Oracle deck now. If I need the book, it's right there for me. Let's see, Spirit, what angels want to come through. Let's see. We want to speak to Archangel Michael and Gabriel. Okay. Let's see if Archangel Michael and Gabriel can grace us with their presence, their healing energy, and their wisdom. Look. You see this? Who's that? I told you they're always listening. So we'll read that in a second. I don't know. Take that one. Okay. I told you guys, you're going in the right direction. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Gabriel, would you like to show yourself today? Archangel Gabriel or Gabriel, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Would you like to show yourself to us today? Please and thank you, Gabriel. The Angel of the South. We'll look at that in a minute, okay? All right, so the first card that came out was from Archangel Michael. I stand for justice and truth. I live from my integrity. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You see the bottom? Do you see those little swirls? That's the dragon. That's the snake that he has conquered. Okay? Look at that. Beautiful. I love my uncle. I call him my uncle. You know, in this card, you see that he has a sword? The sword of Libra, right? Look at his other hand. He's got the scales. So he is very much a Libra card. And that's wonderful that Archangel Michael decided to grace us with his presence. The angel of knowing, it says, my sense of inner knowing leads me to the light. Remember what I said. You need to go. It's talking about a quest. Talking about a quest here. Let's see, which one was it? Oh, Lord. Cultivate, healing, reflection. I think I buried it. But we talked about the spiritual quest with Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, and look at this angel. Again, in the beginning, when we used the first deck, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, you're going in the direction that you want to go in, and you are going in the right direction. Don't doubt yourself. Do not doubt that you're going the right way. The last one, let's look it up as well. It says, the angel, Prince of the South. I let go of all pain and tension as I float in the sea of divine love. Okay? The South is normally fire and feeling. Let's take a look. Let me take a couple of seconds to look that up. Let me see. And see what it says. The Angel of the South. Pardon me, I'm really itchy right now. I think today maybe the pollen is a lot thicker than it normally is. It says the angel, Prince of the South, angelic realm of the heaven of form. Okay, turn this off for a second. It says heavenly function to guide and protect the multitude of people within its realm. So this particular angel is an angel that has charges under them, okay, meaning us. And it says gifts for earth. It can help you feel well in your body, awaken your senses, earth your energy. Remember what I said, when we have the cleansing of our energy, we can feel more grounded, we can feel more light, and we can feel more centered. Awaken your senses, earth your energy, so that you are better able to manifest your gifts and make your dreams come true. This angel rules over the element of earth. That's interesting because it's normally not earth. That's the element of north. And the psychological functions of sensation. Remember what I said? You got to feel. We are creatures that need touch. Okay? It holds a sheath of wheat to emphasize, see it in its hand, to emphasize, pardon me, its association with the fruits of the earth, which is normally the element of north. It inspires us to look after our planet and the needs of our psychological bodies with care and awareness. Psychological and our physical bodies with care and awareness. So again, when we take care of ourselves, nurturing our bodies, what does that mean? Well, it means good food, proper food, good exercise that is going to help us to maintain our bodies at an optimal level for blood pressure, right? You know, hypertension, we don't want that. For our sugar, we don't want diabetes. And if we do have it, we'll help yourself to maintain that by eating better things. And I know that it's hard to do. I'm touching on that lightly because, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. However, even for my own self, on my own behalf, there's been times when I wasn't eating the best, and I had to turn a lot of things around in my life. This was back 2010, maybe, when I gained, an enormous amount of weight, and it didn't matter what the doctors asked me to eat. It wasn't working for me, and I had to find, through reading, research, being proactive, owning my responsibilities. And we talked about responsibilities, priorities, owning my responsibilities of helping myself. Because, again, you have to understand that the doctors are using medicine as a practice. Because we're practicing medicine, I'm saying we as the doctors, because when they're practicing medicine, it is a practice. That is something that's ever changing. We are never saying, okay, concrete, end of story, this is the way it is from now until, a millennia. It just doesn't work that way. Medicine is ever changing because new technology, new treatments, new medications, new methods of treatment, therapy, etc., comes out almost yearly, and if not every 10 years, things change. So because of that, you sometimes are going to be given a treatment plan, and you're told to, like I was. It got to the point, I'm just saying this because I want you to always have something to have, like a baseline. Okay, what is she talking about? Okay, this is an example. So there was in that year, you can't eat tortillas. For me, that's our bread. As Latin people, that is our bread. You're telling me I can't eat tortillas? I eat tortillas normally in the morning, breakfast tacos, or as a side with my eggs in the morning, right? And my bacon. I ate tortillas for lunch or dinner. Why? Because we eat tacos of all kinds, not just breakfast tacos. So in other words, it always accompanied our food, right? So that was the first thing. You can't eat that. Why? You got cholesterol. Holy hell. Okay, fine. You can't eat meat. What the heck? What are you talking about? Nope. It got to the point to where everything had to be boiled or even taken away. So all I could have is air and water. Because really nothing worked. And then they say, oh, you got to have more fruits and vegetables. So Smarty Pants goes to the store, gets all of this organic stuff that can be frozen. And every day I was having this smoothie. I gained 30 freaking pounds. So sometimes what I'm saying, I say all that to say, sometimes you got to take things into your own hands, work with the doctors, of course, but if it's not working, then you start learning. Oh, they're rowing. You start learning about diet and nutrition. You see them? They're rowing. Oh, those are young men that are like, I don't know, 14, 15-year-olds, whatever, 16-year-olds. Anyway, it is a lake that I'm next to, or a river, I should say. Beautiful. But anyway, so you're seeing form of exercise. Our bodies need to be exercised. They were not created to remain sedentary. You can't just sit all day or sleep all day. You have to get out and walk and the air, to your lungs to promote fresh air within your body. All of that has to be moving, the chakras have to move with the energy. So anyway, you've got to find a way to help yourself. I've given you a hodgepodge, and I promise I did not mean to go off on tangents, but you have to help the doctors to help you sometimes, because not every single here we go, I just remembered something. Not every single thing that the doctors are trying to give you as a recipe, a receipt, as a treatment is going to work for you. So I had to figure out what to eat and what not to eat per my body, and I'm trying to remember. So if somebody can tell me that's from India, and you follow what I'm saying. I'm trying to remember. Sorry, something flew in my eye. Ayurvedic medicine. You're welcome to research that. Is super helpful. Oof, I think it was an eyelash. The Pitas and the Vedas, something like that. It wasn't Vedas. I think it was Pita and Veda. I can't quite remember. If I remember, I'll research it. But in Ayurvedic medicine and recipes and mode of eating, it is thought that you have, oh my God, what is it? Like your constitution, right? And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this before I move to the other deck. In Ayurvedic medicine or eating, it is thought that you have oh my God, what is it called? What is it called? You have certain energies that are within you. Sometimes you have too much heat. Sometimes you have too much coldness. Like I'm going to use myself as an example. When I use the Ayurvedic way of eating, I am such a picture of health. And I forgot about this. So within your constitution, in the Hindu belief of Ayurvedic medicine, if you eat, you should look to see whether you fall under Pitta, Veda, whatever. And then you end up eating in only those categories of foods, and that works best for your system. And your meridians start to move. Your chakras are moving. The wheels are moving, and you have better health that way. So for me, I have way too much heat. So in Ayurvedic medicine, the doctor will look at your tongue, look at your eyes, everything, your skin, everything, your hair, because they want to see if whatever it is that you're eating, if maybe it has something to do with your health not being good. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to a doctor and you happen to be one of those people that you've been given this diet, that diet, and nothing's working. At that time, nothing was working. So when I started, for example, in the summer, I cannot eat a lot of processed foods, meaning if those foods are cooked and they're hot, most of the time I will only eat that for dinner, because by the time I eat dinner, the sun is going down. You understand? It's not so hot. So if it has a lot of spice in it, it's not so hot. I normally eat it when the sun is already like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, because it doesn't affect me as much. If it's during the day and I already carry a lot of thermal heat, thermal energy within my body, and I'm eating a bunch of chile, I'm eating a bunch of things that have high thermal output, that makes me feel extraordinarily hot. I'm sitting here, for example, and I have the temperature at 63 degrees on one side, 65 on the other. So I can only go low. That's the next setting. I can only go low. That's why y'all see me always in the heat. I mean in the AC, because of so much heat within me. Okay. Um. So I'm a good user of energy transference when I'm doing the Reiki, because I have so much intensity to me. Okay. And so if I eat nothing but stuff that has heat output thermally, that's not going to work for people like me. So I think I was a pita beta. I can't remember exactly the terms. I will look it up and I will report it back to you on the next reading. But nonetheless, look up all those things, research, prioritize maybe what you're eating, when you're eating it, what time of day. So for me, they were like, oh, you need to stop eating sugar, so you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Well, honey, sugar baby child of mine, I went to groceries, I bought all these things that I could, chop up, fruits and crap, and I put it in the fridge. Low fat milk, yogurt, low fat yogurt, using all this wonderful stuff. I gained 30 pounds. So they think they know what they're talking about, which mostly they do, but it's not a cookie cutter for every single person out there. All right, enough of that, because I'm not a practitioner who has a license to practice medicine, and I'm not a dietitian, although we have dietary information that, schooling that is given to us in the profession, but we're not diagnosing here. We're only suggesting, okay? As always, as per usual, check with your provider, with your PCP, with your physician. Okay, we're going into this deck right now. Let's see what they want to tell us. I wanted to end on a positive note. So Spirit, please do give us guidance. Give us guidance. Give us guidance. So here's a freaky part as a side note for me. My normal temperature range is 97. It's not 97, 98.6. It's 97. That's my normal temperature. So again, if that's my normal temperature, I hardly run at 98.6, okay? But if that's my normal temperature range, and I'm always putting out heat, where is that coming from? Where is that coming from? So again, I like the Ayurvedic type of medicine and food suggestions per your type, because it makes your humors. That's what it is. I was like, oh my gosh, how can I get that word? It was at the tip of my tongue. So in Ayurvedic medicine and Chinese Eastern medicine, so one is South Asia, the other is East Asian medicine. They believe that you have what are called wet humors. And depending on your humors, that is what I was talking about, the pitta and the other expression. That is what tells you what type of food you need for your body and your body system. All right. Phew, I couldn't remember the word humors. All right. There's so much information, free floating. I mean, I've only been on the earth, this next month for 60 years. I should have the capacity to hold some kind of information in here. So look all that up for those that want to improve your general health. All right, let's continue. Ooh, thank you, Mother. I don't know what that is, but I just saw a beautiful card pop out onto my lap. I'm taking it. Okay, can you just give us a good closing to our reading here, please, and thank you. We're so grateful for your energy. We're so grateful for your presence, that you would just, grace us with your time. We appreciate you. Where did my glasses go? For those that know that I always lose my glasses. I don't know where they went. Do I have them? I think I can wing it. Okay. It says white. You gotta be kidding me. Like I told you guys, I read for everybody. If you're a Christian, if you're a Hindu, if you're whatever. This is in the Indian, obviously in the American Indian religion. This is a white buffalo woman. She's of great importance to the Indian, Native American, I should say, population. She is a very esteemed and honored individual. Okay? I don't know that I can read it and do it justice. Where are my glasses? I know. Once I get YouTube to monetize, one of the first things I want to do when I start making money is I'm going to get LASIKs so I can stop looking for glasses. I don't know what happened to them. Maybe they fell between the seat. I don't know. All right, let me try this. It says, hopeful heart. Hopeful heart. Oh, hopeful heart, see her sign. So let's talk about when you see the buffalo woman, some of what it means. For one, the Native Americans believe this to be a very sacred being. So on the one hand, they feel that when the white buffalo is born, that it's a very auspicious occurrence, okay? And within that occurrence, they feel that they have also visitations from the buffalo woman, the white buffalo woman. And when that mother goddess, for lack of a better term, comes through, that it's not only something sacred, but that it's a good luck, a very important happening in the Native American culture. They hold it very sacred. So something sacred. Wow, look. Oh, I didn't even realize the buffalo is in the middle of her heart chakra. Oh, wow. But what the theme that keeps repeating for us is the crown chakra. So if the crown chakra is illuminated here, please do take note of that. But also, we talked about healing as well with Ganesh, right? So Ganesha is asking us to express our capacity of love. But look, since that is within her, I'm going to say that this is banking off of that card, telling us to love. When you love yourself, and I'm going to say this, it's going to maybe sound strange to people. No, I'm not a narcissist. I've never experienced being a narcissist that I know of. And so this has nothing to do with that. When I started healing, for example, when I started healing several things that had occurred in my life, from childhood to now, to present, you start having this self-love. It's not only your self-esteem goes up, but you start thanking God for your own life. You start appreciating the fact that you have a body and that you have organs that are working for you. They're working in concert with each other so that you can have a healthy body, that you can take walks, that you can listen to music with your hearing, that you can read, right? That you can read the cards with your eyes. All of these are organs. Without these organs, it is a difficult thing to have a human life with health, right? They have to be functioning, or they can also die. Just like the body dies, the organs can die. And that's why many people, fortunate people, will get a transplant, right? But unfortunate people may not get a transplant in a timely manner. But when you start loving yourself, I know, it sounds crazy, but that love first emits from you, from your chest, right? From your heart center, and then it goes out. And then you can love people. Because when you don't love yourself, you're not really producing a real type of love. You're producing love that comes from above through you, but you're not even reserving any for you. Does that make sense? You've never reserved any of that for you. So when you start loving you, like they say in the airplane, put that mask on first and then give it to whoever the passenger is next to you, right? Help them put it on. Well, when you love yourself first, it goes through you. When you are emitting love from above and not keeping any for yourself, it's only going through you, but it's not flowing through you. Do you understand? Did that make sense? I'm going to say it a different way. When you love yourself, you can capture the love from Creator that flows through you and then outward towards people. But since you kept a little for yourself, it brings you joy. It brings meaning to your life. It makes you feel good that that's emitting through you because you love yourself. It's even more enriched when it goes out to another person. Okay. Wow, these are such beautiful cards. It says Kuntor Yakuk. It's a very different way of pronouncing her name. It's very hard to read these. Blessing from the son of. Oh my God, I really can't see that. I can't read the rest. But blessing from the sun. S-U-N. Isn't she beautiful? I mean, whoever created these cards, which I've read before, but it's just gorgeous. Artwork by Isabel Brina. She really, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine her imagination? I know, that's imagining somebody else's imagination, but taking a glimpse out of her psyche or her crown chakra. I mean, wow, she must have gone through, I don't know, a lot of awakenings to have all of this beauty inside of her to give to the world. Ichel, medicine of the rainbow jaguar. We've gotten this before. And that is also a very powerful energy. I can't remember. I think it comes from the rainforest. Pardon me. I think it comes from the medicine of the rainforest, the people of the rainforest in Brazil. And those two combinations alone, you have two different, stop and think about it. I think that's what I love about the metaphysics, the spiritual community, the spiritual world. I love it because it makes you so open to other people's belief systems, to other people's religions, to where it doesn't matter whether you believe in that or not. I don't go around, researching the buffalo, white woman, white buffalo woman, excuse me, or the jaguar woman, right? But does that mean that I can't appreciate their beliefs or their culture? So being someone that's in the metaphysics and in that type of society, it does allow you, it helps you to become more open-minded and open-hearted towards other people's beliefs. And the other thing to take away from this is that even though we love our Christ, we love Source, we love our God, but these other religions or way of life, philosophies, remember that just because they didn't call God Jehovah or the great I am in our language doesn't mean they didn't call him that in theirs. You understand what I'm saying? We have to understand that God has always existed. That energy has never died. It's always been, okay? And we emanate it from there. So, of course, these older cultures that are still holding to their belief system and their way of knowing what God is to them, it doesn't mean that they're any less than our beliefs. It just means that they know God in a different way. And again, back to culture, religion, etc. For me, the way it's been explained to me, and for me, this was explained to me by them, meaning God, Christ, the angels. I'm not here to take away, to demean, to diminish anybody's beliefs, other than if you're satanic, you don't belong on my channel. I promise you that. You do not belong on my channel. I have nothing to say to you. I have nothing good to say to you. I promise you that. So I cannot agree with your philosophy. I cannot agree with the way that you decide to live your religion out. But on the other hand, I'm not here to, as your judge or jury. I'm only here to say, I cannot, you and I, we don't jive, and we will never jive, because you work for somebody totally different than what I work for. I work for them and you work for them. With that said, any other religions that can hurt or maim people in the name of the religion, or children, mutilate genitals and things, I can't. I'm sorry. You're probably a lovely person in some sort, in some way, but the way that you choose to do your religion, sorry, I can't do it. But anybody else, I don't care what you are. I don't care what you believe. So long as it doesn't hurt people, and so long as we all get to the same destination. If you want to call God, I don't, the creator, I call him creator. If you want to call him father, if you want to call him Abba, if you want to call him Jehovah, if you want to call him, I also call him the great architect, because he created everything that we see. He created our great bodies. Okay, they're so intricately made that anybody who's never studied any form of medicine would be in awe of the way that God created us. I mean, it's just so finely detailed, our bodies, that when you start to research, when you start to learn and engage with all of that, you're just in awe of the fact that God made you the way he did. So it's just dumbfounding. It's awesome. Let's end with the tarot. Lord, we did not get, I just saw the Two of Cups. I did not get any closure for this particular reading. I thank you for all the great and beautiful information that you gave us today. I'm sure some people out there are going to go research or go find a dietitian to work with them to see what type of diet fits them best. Go off to their physicians to get that help. For others that need that enlightenment and need that cleansing, whatever way they do their cleansings, I pray that they do heed those warnings to go and do so. I just saw the Six of Cups, and may they be blessed. All right, what else do you want to tell us, please and thank you? Ooh, you got the Ten of Cups. You got the High Priestess. Oh, whatever needs you have, whatever needs or necessities you have, they are going to be met. There can only be one person that wins, and that person is you. So you do have your victory. Might be heart won, but you get your victory. And look, bam. How beautiful is God? And you got you got the King of Cups down there. So love is coming your way. Love is coming your way, Libra. Look at that. What a perfect ending. Okay? I'll see you again for our little nightcap. But for now, this has been Victoria Violet coming to you live on Gypsy Roots Tarot and Travel. Much love and light to you all. Be blessed. Eat well. Rest. But do get your exercise when you need it. Talk to your doctors. Check it out. Do some research if you're interested in Ayurvedic medicine or diet. All right? Bye, guys.